according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, they sent to Jesus some of the Pharisees and some of the Herodians to entrap him in his talk. And they came and said to him, "Teacher, we know that you are true and care for no man, for you do not regard the position of men, but truly teach the way of God. Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Should we pay them or should we not?" But knowing their hypocrisy, he said to them, "Why put me to the test? Bring me a coin and let me look at it." And they brought one, and he said to them, "Whose likeness and inscription is this?" They said to him, "Caesar's." He said to them, "Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." And they were amazed at him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Paying taxes or not, I don't think is a big issue for Jesus. What is a big issue for Jesus is the hypocrisy. And how often are we hypocrites, preaching one thing and saying another? One of the most difficult things, and perhaps other priests will concur, is that often when we as priests are preaching, we preach more to ourselves than to the congregation, because we realize that we are being challenged by what we say. And here it is so typical of Jesus. Not worrying about the things that we worry about, paying taxes, but worrying about the things that are really important. Listening to God. Giving to God what God deserves. Love, peace, justice, forgiveness. Those are the things that if they all happen freely, we will not need all these other rules and regulations, because every rule and regulation is there because we have failed to have justice and love and peace and mercy and forgiveness for one another. And yet that's what we preach, but it's not always what we do. It's no surprise then that to read in this morning's paper that at Ramsgate the sardines came in and people, regardless of the COVID protocols, flocked to the beaches. Some just looking without masks, some rushing into the sea in close proximity with each other, and that is a huge problem. Hypocrites. But so are we. How often are we noticing in this lockdown time, when we look even at America, we see how, yes, they have the COVID pandemic to cope with, and now this whole racial issue is coming up, because for years it hasn't been dealt with to the satisfaction of the black people of America. Now it is exploding. Hypocrites. We say one thing and do another. What about in our own country? Yeah, let's try and be honest. I have no doubt that each of us have tried to work for equality in this country. But part of the great dilemma that we have now during lockdown is because of the inequality. If the vast majority of our citizens contract COVID the way that they are forced to live in close proximity without financial means that many others have, COVID virus can overtake and cripple our country, and there can be thousands of deaths. We see it rising every day. And it will be in the areas where there is least justice done on both sides of the coin. We have all somehow been involved in this hypocrisy. And Jesus comes in today and says, now let's start living the life that God has called us to live. And when each of us are living that life with no hypocrisy, or as little as possible, then we have a better chance of living in unity with God, neighbor, and self. So today, let us reflect on our actions, and especially our words. Do we actually do what we say? How often do we do what we say?